For 35 years, HACER has been committed to working with Latino communities to access, generate, and disseminate reliable and relevant research to influence institutional decisions and public policies that affect the lives of all of us, and that can improve the lives of those who make up this vibrant community. Here, we present an overview of what our history has been, a story of continuous and tireless work, and what has led us to become who we are today.
In order to understand the foundation of HACER, we need to understand CLUES. CLUES was founded as a result of an social work investigation of a needs assessment to determine the needs of the community in Ramsey County. People were trained in interviewing techniques, and they were Latino students who were the interviewers in order to be closer to the community so they would express their desires with confianza. I am so glad that happened because there is a constancy between the first impetus at CLUES and the values of HACER, which is to do research and at the same time advocate and let data speak for themselves for advocacy of our Latina community. It had not been previously done, and I'm very heartened that we have come to this point in our story of 35 years.
HACER is the only Latino-led organization in Minnesota that aims to support the community by filling the gap in information necessary to inform the public discourse and that can generate positive changes. HACER was founded in 1988 under the initiative of Comunidades Latinas Unidas en Servicio, or CLUES. 35 years ago, a group of leaders from the Latino community came together with a clear mission: to provide the Minnesota Latino community with the ability to create and control information about itself in order to affect institutional decisions and public policy. It was a growing community with an emerging presence in the demographic data, but it already represented the image of change and future.
Mi experiencia con HACER fue en el 2019. Tuve la oportunidad de participar en la primera Academia de Liderazgo de Minnesota. Participar me ayudó mucho profesionalmente, además de conocer a muchas mujeres latinas líderes en la comunidad que deseábamos aprender y tener herramientas que nos pudieran ayudar a servir a nuestra comunidad mejor. Gracias a HACER por haberme dado la oportunidad de participar de la Academia de Liderazgo y por ayudarme a desarrollar mis habilidades como líder en nuestra comunidad. Y gracias por todo el trabajo que ustedes vienen realizando, proveyendo recursos, empoderando y, lo más importante, haciendo que nuestra voz sea escuchada.
Over the years, HACER has worked tirelessly to activate Latinos in Minnesota, providing pathways to justice and elevating Latinos' voices. Through the publication of our research results, HACER has become a leading reference when it comes to knowing the realities of Latinos in the state of Minnesota and beyond. There have been many testimonies that have been used to amplify the voices of people and organizations, and that have been strengthened with information derived from our studies.
And as I delved into my research, I soon realized HACER's commitment to the community wasn't just about the data. It was about the genuine engagement and meaningful interactions with people. For example, in the current project I'm co-leading on Latino entrepreneurs, I've seen how everyone at the organization, even outside my research team, has tried to support me in this project by trying to understand it and are committed to sharing this project at events or with contacts they have. And to be honest, at each step of the way, everyone has been committed to ensure that the goals of the project aligns with the necessities of the community.
Academia is the most commonly used source of research to support decision-making regarding the development and adoption of regulations and projects for the benefit of various communities. However, direct interaction under a participatory model has proven to be a more direct form of engagement between community members and decision makers. For this reason, HACER has sought to promote and implement community-based participatory research to influence the design of policies that are oriented towards the implementation of actions that cause greater justice and promote social change. Our research and evaluation projects are supported by the participation of community members who support the design of the research model and the direct dissemination of its immediate results. With this, we seek to break the time period that exists between the moment in which academic research is carried out and the implementation of specific measures, which is on average 7 years.
With 35 years of legacy, at HACER, we recognize that serious inequities and social inequality still persist, which greatly affects Latino communities. Through our work, it is possible for us to see a path ahead, to contribute more to the improvement of the living conditions of people with whom we live in Minnesota and beyond. We accept this commitment, and we join a growing number of organizations and community-serving entities which understand the problems we face, the costs associated with not solving them, and the need to recognize this force of change for the benefit of all communities and cultures throughout the state. Today, HACER is reborn with a new logo that symbolizes its continued commitment to activate the Latino community of Minnesota and bring our voices and culture to new and old spaces and to new opportunities. HACER will document and disseminate the great triumphs that have been accomplished, including licenses for all, expansion of Minnesota Care for undocumented residents, and greater support for Latino students, regardless of their immigration status. This has been the result of the constant and continuous struggle of sister organizations that show that sí se puede. In other words, yes, it is possible. HACER is committed to working side by side with relevant and useful information with these organizations, reinforcing the work we have been doing. Today, HACER changes and prepares for a future with multiple challenges and that calls for us to reinvent ourselves, to recognize ourselves as part of the wave of change that surrounds us, and to support the process with our best tools, information, and community relationships. 35 years of struggle, 35 years of achievements, 35 years of empowerment, and 35 years of new challenges. HACER has sought to be a driver of health and happiness for Latino Minnesotans and beyond. We are certain that our legacy will continue to lead the way towards a more just future. We thank everyone who has been a part of the 35-year journey and those who have contributed to making HACER a transformative force in Minnesota. We look forward with open arms to those who will join us in the future. HACER will be here with our community.